What do Americans think is normal, but everybody else finds weird? Ready? Excited to get into this one. Before we do, appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Let's see what we got.
Hello. Whew. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ask Reddit. My name is Evan Edinger, and today's thread in question is, what is the weirdest thing about America that Americans don't realize is weird? I've done a few on this topic in the past, but every time I look through, I'm like, if there's any new juicy nuggets, and these were all new juicy nuggets. First off, something that I guess is more American than I thought, putting the real estate agent's face on for sale signs.
Oh, wait, I've actually seen this in, like, TV shows and stuff. Wait, you guys actually, like, you guys do that?
I just realized that's not a thing over here. I've never seen a real estate agent's face on one of the posters in the UK at all. They just have the word toilet with the word I missing.
Wait, so you guys will have these signs like outside your letting places or your selling places, and it would just have your real estate agent, your estate agent is what you call it, on the sign?
It's very weird. If you ever want to advertise a house in the UK, just put toilet on it, people come. Just remember, leave the I off. But in the US, very well known for this this type of thing.
Oh yeah, I thought this was just a TV show kind of thing. Alright, interesting. You know what? It makes it more like personal. You could just connect to it a bit more, maybe.
That's, for instance, why there was a very good South Park episode recently making fun of this. Everyone has the back-breaking, like, shit-eating grin. That is so interestingly, I guess, just American culture. Something I don't realize is more American than not here. We've got, it's big, really big. Yeah, I'm from the UK, and 2 years ago, I did Route 66, even taking the interstate, so not actual Route 66, but you get the idea.
Right.
It took 4 days and 12 plus hours of driving to do it. It's huge. Yeah, I do oftentimes look at images of countries.
Okay, I've asked you guys the question before, like, what's your longest drive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you guys tell me, like, you've been driving for days. That's crazy. You drive for days in the UK in a straight line or whatever, going on the same road. You're in the ocean. You're swimming with the fish. You know what I mean?
Relate on other countries just because I like seeing the difference in size. So I have looked at this image of the UK on top of the US. It's crazy. It's crazy how small the country I live in now is in comparison.
That is actually mad. Like, I live somewhere around here, right? And I go to my parents' house, which is just right here, and it takes about an hour drive. And I would consider that as a pretty long drive. I know you guys won't because you're just traveling a little bit in Missouri. But yo, America's just huge, dude.
Comparison. I'm doing a road trip, actually by the time you're watching this probably, in the US, where I'm driving from Jersey all the way through the Midwest, getting to Chicago, and then all the way to Toronto, and then back down to Jersey. And just the drive to Chicago's like has to be split up because it's I think like 12, 13 hours the way that I'm doing it. So, oh boy. Also, isn't it weird that the Midwest isn't in the Midwest?
Oh yeah, I seen a video on that.
In the Middle East. Just saying. All right, next up, we have how easy it is for an outsider to make friends. I do think it's interesting that because maybe from my experience, anyone that is not from your area is immediately more interesting. At least it was for me growing up. It's like, wow, phenomenal. You come from Pennsylvania? Cute. Oh, Canada? That's cool. Bringing my girlfriend around New Jersey, just her accent made people go, what? She's not from around these parts. In the UK, where there are like over 50 different accents within like County Durham. So, I feel like you hear different accents all the time. You're more used to it. So basically, people are super friendly in America, especially to outside.
Yeah, in the UK, like, you're not really going to make friends easy, but when you do make friends, like, you're friends for life, you know what I mean? That's like a saying in the UK. But yeah, I like that about America, man. Like, I feel like I could go to America, I could go to a bar or something, or anywhere, and I'd make a friend. Or, if I want a conversation. In the UK, bro, yeah, I can't remember the last time I actually spoke to a stranger, just randomly. Unless it's like a night out or a party or something, or a family party. But yeah, just like an absolute random stranger. I can't remember the last time I spoke to one.
Outsiders, according to this. Y'all can strike a conversation with a tree. That's because Americans don't know that trees aren't people. You literally don't need anyone to respond. You're like, yeah, bro.
Nice.
That's so funny. I literally cut off the sentence to tell a not funny joke. I do feel like Americans abroad do get a bad rap for talking a lot. I once went on a date with a girl. I think she came from Lithuania. And I just felt like there was so many awkward silences. So when I hear silence, I seek.
Wait. So Americans are known for talking a lot. Does that make me American? Because I see my comments, bro. And a few of my comments say, hey, Lewis, stop pausing so much. Which I've paused a lot already in this video. But it don't matter. It's a reaction, dude. But a lot of people say to me, stop pausing so much. You're talking too much. Bro, does that mean I'm just American? What, should I just watch and not talk?
To fill silence with something interesting or talk or give them a question they can answer. I had to do that like so many times. And then at one point she said, you really like to hear your own voice. And I was like, well, it's better than hearing nothing. Like if you would, what the All right, this one, because I've made a whole video about it. Prescription drug.
No, that's crazy because like people in the UK, like, yeah, we don't really. Like, it goes the same with, you know, not talking to strangers. We just, unless we're in a very, very comforting environment, like family, close friends, you don't really hear people talking.
Ads that are on TV that say side effects may include death. I think I've said this one before.
Oh,
Americans are well aware of this. I've made an entire video about how this phenomenon came to be and how it was actually a British company's fault. So if you haven't seen that yet,
really?
give it a watch. The options when ordering food. I thought it was just a TV joke. I feel naughty asking to swap chips for mash, but you guys can request pretty much anything.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
just looking at like what you can get when you ask for eggs in the States, your local diner. There's so many different options.
Wait, what do you mean? Bro, when you go to a restaurant in the UK, if you see the word egg, you're getting like one type of egg. Maybe if you're very lucky too. And that's scrambled or boiled or whatever. I don't even know. Well, I don't know, bro. It depends what restaurant. But yeah, I can imagine in America, you guys just have a crazy variety of things.
That I think has always thrown every British friend off that I take to a diner. They're always like, what? What do you mean, how do I want my eggs cooked? And it's like, no, you know, sunny side up, over easy, you know, you got scrambled, you got no poach, yeah. You give them the options. And then it's like, how runny do you want the yolk? Or just take a Brit to Cheesecake Factory, because the size of those menus, the bigger a menu, the less I trust a place for the most part, except for like Cheesecake Factory. I do feel like they've nailed it. Next, the gigantic open spaces everywhere. So much space. Yeah, as someone who's not yet until this week been to the Midwest, I'm assuming as soon as you're in like the Kansas, Oklahoma, the prairie, it's going to just be nothingness, right? This big open space. Read a book once. That's embarrassing. Just read a book once. Is that it? I went there for university and honestly,
hey, are you gonna read that guy's Reddit, bro? Just read that one.
Americans just do the little things that are generally nice. Oh,
okay, that's
holding
cool.
the door open, smiling if you make eye contact while walking, randomly saying a quick greeting, etc. Random compliments too. And I never get the vibe that people are just making them up, like some of my friends at the time. Ooh, rough. If someone complimented someone's clothes/hair, it felt like they meant it. You know, they just did.
See, that's uplifting, bro. Like, you could be having a rough day, man, and just like that one nice comment from someone you don't know might just boost, you know, make you happy. That's probably why you guys are happier, well, seem happier in America. And like, we seem a lot of the time in the UK just grumpy and miserable. I'm not gonna lie, when I go out and you look at other people's faces, they look like they're just miserable, bro. But it's kind of normal to us. So they're not miserable, but they look it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Didn't seem to hold back the random thoughts. And they said them out loud. You know, well, I feel like usually that's pitched as a negative, so I'll take that as a positive. I didn't even notice the door holding thing after the first few days. And when I went back to my country, I missed it. That is a thing I have noticed, actually. I will agree. From my experience, Americans are way more likely to hold the door open for you. At least compared to London. I'll preface that. Someone from the country.
Yeah, I don't think people, people might hold the door for you. Like, I've held the door for people. And some people's held the door for me, but it's not like, you don't kind of like, it's not a lot of the time.
Tree of not London is going to be like, wait a minute. Yeah, people generally run ahead to hold the door open for people with their hands full, right? Listen,
oh, really?
I feel like anyone that's not London, it's a different experience. Your news channels.
Oh, no one in the UK is going out the way to hold the door open. Like, if someone's got their hands full, they ain't running it. They definitely run it. If they got their hands full, they ain't even holding it.
Display far too much info on the screen. Yeah, I actually never quite understood that as a kid or as an adult. When I used to watch the Onion news channel, which was a parody of news channels, you had to watch it twice because there was always a ticker of extra news at the bottom, except on the Onions, that was just a really funny thing. So I couldn't focus on the video at the same time. But in actual American news, that's how are you supposed to like quickly glance down and be like, all right, looks like Osama's dead. Anyway, what's going on with, oh shoot, the Dow is down, I guess. Darn. Coffee.
Yo, I'm pretty sure that news would be on the main screen.
All the time. I got a tattoo in Barcelona and was completely embarrassed when I asked the artist if he wanted a coffee from next door. He told me, oh no, I have to keep working. He thought I wanted to go with him for a while. Well, I think
wait. Coffee all the time. I got a Taiwan Barcelona who was completely embarrassed when I asked the artist if he wanted a coffee from next door. He told me, oh no, I have to keep working. He thought I wanted to go sit with him for a while. Alright, that might just be in Barcelona, bro. But when I get my tattoos, I have a coffee there.
I have to keep working.
Coffee's life.
He thought I wanted to go with him for a while. Well, I think maybe that's a language barrier because that's like 2 words off. Saying, do you want a coffee? I feel like that means, do you want me to get you one? If you say, do you want to get a coffee? Well, then that means going with you. So I feel like maybe that was a language barrier thing. We do like our coffee, but it's very different to coffee everywhere else that I've ever been.
Would anybody like more coffee?
Coffee in America is, you know, just big, huge amount of filtered coffee, usually in the big jugs. I'm used to the big Wawa experience. Okay. It's just constant drinking large amounts of not that strong coffee on the go.
Oh, really? Not that strong?
Caramel, and...
Oh, see, I like that. See, I don't like my coffee too strong. I kind of like a frappe kind of style, but with coffee in. But yeah, I don't know. I speak to you guys. You guys like to have your coffee strong.
2
I like
humps
it
of
milky.
chocolate.
You know what I mean? It's like coffee drinks. That's it. America's not really big into coffee. They're big into coffee drinks.
I'll have a Trenta, no foam, 5-shot half cap, no foam, pumpkin spice latte with no foam at 210 degrees.
Not there's anything wrong.
I'm not saying anything bad with that because I would actually prefer that, like coffee drinks to coffee. Like I can't drink like just straight black coffee like other people. I don't like it that strong. I like it, you know, a little bit sweet, a little bit milky. You know what I mean?
I know that, but it's a big difference. The toilet is so full of water. I always have to convince myself that I'm not about to dunk my cheeks. Why do people complain about this? It's a positive thing because it's way more efficient for making sure all the stuff that goes in the toilet goes out of the toilet. UK toilets and a lot of around Europe, there's so little water in there. You have to like squint.
No. I like my toilets how they are. Listen. How do you take a number 2, bro? You know what I'm saying? How do you do that and not get splashed back up your ass? You know what I mean? Like how? Bro, in my toilet, I have to always... But my routine... I don't know why I'm talking about my routine, bro. What is this video? But my routine is I get tissue. I wipe around the toilet seat. I chuck it in the toilet at the bottom. And then I do my business, okay? And there's no splashing. If the whole... toilet's full of water and it's high? Yeah, you're not like having a bum shower at the same time?
To see. And then when you poo, the poop, whatever you want to call it,
okay,
it goes on the shelf. Like the Germans, they love their little poo shelf so they can look at it.
Oh, I've seen that. That's weird.
Das Scheiße sieht so gut aus. Meine Scheiße sieht so gut aus. Danke. Yeah, I don't like that because then the water that's got to clear it up is going to leave behind things. You got to rush it up. I feel like when you have a huge toilet full of water, it pushes it all away. Japanese toilets still supreme, but American toilets beat UK toilets every time. Cashiers in stores standing. I hate that that's a uniquely American thing. When I worked at the old Pizza Hut for 5 years, if I was caught sitting down, that would be it. Like I would hear it, I'm supposed to be standing. So that way I'm more readily able to answer the phones and fold boxes or roll silverware or do other things. Even though I could do those sitting, they would sometimes let you do it if it was really dead in the store and you were doing other things like fold.
To be fair, a lot of cashiers in the UK is standing. I'm trying to think of cashiers sitting down. I don't know, some might, but most do stand.
Holding boxes and such. Otherwise, no. I do think that they should pass some sort of law to make it like not allowed. You shouldn't have to pass a law for that. I don't think any other country has needed a law for that. But the US clearly needs a law to be like, hey, cashiers don't have to stand. You're not allowed to mandate that they stand. You don't have to say that they can sit or they have to sit. Just say that they don't have to stand. There's gonna be so many comments being like, you boot-licking government lover, me and my libertarian friends ain't never gonna let my cashiers sit. What are they doing sitting? Probably texting them communists like Kamala. My boyfriend is
honestly, to me, standing sit. Honestly, just let them do whatever they do. If it's busy, obviously stand. Like usual comment says, if no one's there, rest your legs.
Scottish. When people hear his accent in the States, they go crazy. It's true. However, that has nothing to do with the topic at hand, right? What is the weirdest thing about...
Wait, no, it actually does. It actually does. Your boyfriend's Scottish where people hear his accent. I've heard that people in America go crazy for like the Irish and Scottish. Is that true? I don't know. I've heard of that. And I've seen like vlogs where you guys have like a lot of like Irish and Scottish kind of themed events and pubs and stuff like that.
Crazy. It's true. However, that has nothing to do with the topic at hand, right? What is the weirdest thing about America that Americans don't realize is weird? And this person that everyone upvoted said, my boyfriend is Scottish. When people hear his accent, they just go crazy. I guess I would agree with you.
Right.
Americans don't realize it's weird to go crazy for your Scottish boyfriend. He's yours. Stay away, America. The work culture is crazy. I worked there and some people just don't take time off. They're basically on call all the time, evenings, weekends, whatever.
Oh,
that
yeah,
is part
I've
of the
heard
work
of
culture,
this.
but also because of the laws. A lot of these people that are super workaholic don't really have many other options at their job. A lot of places do not have.
Yeah, in the UK, bro, everybody's taking their holidays, their vacation. Everyone's taking their sick days. I'm pretty sure they have like a week's allowed sick days and like 28 days vacation, and everybody's taking them. I'm telling you right now, it'll be very weird to me if someone in the UK isn't taking them all.
Have paid holiday or paid vacation days. I've made an entire video about basic workers' rights in the UK versus the US, and it's just crazy. People say, oh, I've got holiday at my job. I'm like, yes, you do, because your job thankfully gave it to you. But the government should make sure that the jobs actually do give it to everybody. Otherwise, people like me that worked 5 years as a server at a Pizza Hut would receive 0 days of paid holiday.
Oh, damn.
That's insane. You say that to someone that lives not in the US, they'd be like, what?
Yeah,
that's
that is crazy
freaking
to us.
dystopian and weird. 5 years working at a place, you don't get a single day paid holiday. Yeah, that's just the way it is in the States. But people like this commenter on Reddit will chalk it up to people just love working. That's not it. I genuinely don't think that's it at all. I think that's some really bad take.
It could be. There's definitely people out there that love working, though.
Americans don't necessarily love to work. They just fucking have to, because that's the way the system is at the moment. So, sorry, pushing back.
Hey, yo, is that true? Yo, comment down below if you love to work or you just have to, man. I need to know. I need to see these comments, dude.
Oh, the tax isn't automatically added to the price shown in shops, restaurants, etc. I only have $1 in my pocket. I'd like to use it straight away and see what I can buy for that $1 without having to try to find the tax rate out while calculating it. I will say that's one of the worst things that I'm still a bit surprised is a thing in the US. Every positive you can say, like, oh, well, every state wants to have different things. All of those positives are purely for companies. Like,
yeah, to be fair, like, it's more like I wouldn't be too bothered now because most things are on card. But let's say I did just have like $10 on me and I wanted this thing for $10 and I go to the till when it's not $10, it's extra, it's more than $10. I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what I mean? I've took my time, I've grabbed it, I've gone, like, bro.
Like, purely for corporations to not have to worry as much about things. None of that is for the consumer. The consumer, as someone who's experienced both ways of life, would much more prefer to just have a number and not have to think.
Yeah, because either way, you're paying the tax. It's just that we include it already in the price, so you know what you're paying.
Especially because, you know, when you go on like one of those cheap airlines and you say, oh, it's only like $30 to get on this flight. That's great. And then you get there and they're like, oh, that suitcase is larger than my hand, sir. That's $50. And you're like, fuck. So you give them $50 and you sit down. They're like, sorry, you have to stand unless you pay another $50. And every little extra fee that they charge you for the oxygen.
Yo. This little section right here is favorite part of the video.
That's great. And then you get there and they're like, oh, that suitcase is larger than my hand, sir. That's $50. And you're like, fuck. So you give them $50 and you sit down. They're like, sorry, you have to stand unless you pay another $50. And every little extra fee that they charge you for the oxygen that drops down, everything that they charge on those flights makes you feel a bit more annoyed. That's American culture with the taxes not being added automatically. It's that little bit. Anyway, thank you for listening to my YouTube video. If you want, you can give me a tip, 10%, sorry, 10% is not supposed to be there, 20%. Every time someone asks you for more money, the taxes, the tips, it doesn't feel nice. Just have that included in and people won't feel as bad about it. That is a weird American thing. Radically different laws for each state.
It'd be interesting to see what you guys have to say about that, but I'm guessing that you guys are just used to it. You know what I mean? Because when you live in a place, you're just totally used to it. You guys probably don't see it annoying or anything.
Yeah, you could do something illegal in one, travel a few miles, and then boom. Yeah, but maybe it's because I grew up like that. I'm like, that's normal. Hypothetically, if I wanted to do something illegal, here's an example. Oh, I want to smoke a little weed legally. All I got to do is take a train or take a plane to Amsterdam, and then there you go. Or if I want to drive 200 kilometers an hour, I could just take a flight to Germany and hop on the Autobahn.
True, that's a good point. I think people forget this is another case of people forgetting how big America is, right? What he's saying right there is like, if we did want to smoke, you know, some weed, we can just go to Amsterdam, and that's like you go to the next state. It is. It really is.
So, you know, it's a slightly similar thing. I guess because it's so much easier to cross state lines, that does make it a lot more interesting. But I also live on an island. When I was a kid, fireworks were very much illegal in my home state of New Jersey. But that doesn't mean that people didn't light fireworks every 4th of July. All it meant was you took a really quick drive across the Christiana Bridge to Delaware and got some there. Or you could just drive across the Walt Whitman and head to Pennsylvania, just buy them there. And when you come back, you light it up, hooray! No, you're not supposed to light them up. But also, it's America, it's about freedom. This state says no fireworks, I'm going to Pennsylvania. I don't want to do that normally, but I'm gonna do it for the fireworks. It's not uniquely American. There are definitely laws between Switzerland and Germany that things are illegal in one area.
100%. No, that's perfect that you said that. In Europe, the countries are different laws, right? That is the same as America, man. America is pretty much the same size as Europe, dude. So every state is a country, man.
You could just drive across the border and do things. Same thing with France. Same thing with Spain and Portugal. I guess if you want to view it because you're in the same country, sure. But then you can make that argument about going between like England and Scotland. They're the same like United Kingdom, but there are definitely laws that are different in between them that I'm not getting into. You guys do love your big cars, huh? Yeah.
I don't know the different laws between England and Scotland, so don't ask me. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be some.
Yet again, isn't necessarily because we love our big cars as much as the industry has kind of pushed Americans towards bigger cars. I know that it might not make sense, but from a health and safety perspective, if your neighbor and every neighbor on the road has a bigger truck than your truck, if I get in an accident with my neighbor, I will actually die because these trucks are so big, they're actually going to affect my
You know what, though? I am noticing a lot more newer cars in the UK. And when people are buying newer cars, they are bigger. We are having bigger cars, which also kind of don't make sense to me because our roads are tiny, a lot more smaller than you. You guys lose your mind when I tell you about we have roads, especially roads that I go on near me. It's like you could barely fit one car down it and it's 2 lanes. You know what I mean? You have to pull up inside of the bush, inside the hedge to let the other car go by. So yeah, but no, people are preferring bigger cars in the UK as well now.
So then you have to get a bigger truck so that you can compete with those trucks if you ever get in an accident. And now all the people that are in small little Priuses are looking up like, Jesus Christ, there's giant trucks everywhere. This is a weird one that people, I feel like, always complain about in my comment section. And I don't know why. I think Brits have an aversion to giving their credit card to someone. We have this as when the workers at food places take your card and then, you know, they give it back to you.
Oh, they do that?
Whatever. For me, as someone, yet again, who worked as a server for 5 years, I would just take the card, I put it in the reader, and I write down the stuff, and then bring it back to you. It saves you time. I've just realized that this was because I don't think the contactless payments were a thing in the States when I worked there. I feel like the major reason that we would just take cards and then, you know, take them to pay was that's just always how it was done.
Okay.
There's always just a level of trust there. And also, if you were...
Yeah, that's a crazy level of trust that you guys got. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trusting people in the UK with that. You'll give your card to them, they'll go away, they're writing down your card details, bro, or taking a little quick picture. I might just people in America, I don't know, but I just people in the UK.
Stupid enough to actually like steal someone's information, you could immediately find that out. To be fair, I think that did happen.
It happens,
though. At the Pizza Hut I worked at, one of the employees was caught doing that to someone. So, you know, you have reason to fear it, but, you know, they got all their money back and the employee was fired and I think thrown in jail or something. So tipping is super weird. It is, but also, if I'm only being paid $2.13 an hour, I'm desperate. I'm desperate for the money because I'm not being paid because the laws are made this way. Yes, I've made an entire video about that, and it's one of my best videos from like 5 years ago. So if you haven't seen the video.
See, I really don't think the tipping is that crazy of an issue because your food will be cheaper than ours, right? So really, we're kind of paying the same. It's just you're paying the tip as well, and you're getting better service, and you're getting more food for your money. I've seen that. So yeah, and people in the UK are asking for tips as well. You know what I mean?
You're on tipping. There's sketches.
Not that it happens that much. It really don't happen that much, but like I am seeing and noticing like service charge, and my mum told me that they will like add it on now in certain places. You got asked to take it off for like a tip. They just put it on.
Yeah, out of everywhere I've ever visited, the only place that's ever come close to the amount of flags was actually China.
Oh,
so
really?
I don't know what that says, but China is like had so many Chinese flags and loads of flags about the tenets of like communism all up around when I was in Guangzhou and Hainan with my good friend Kim. But yeah, I feel like Americans these days always do find it this weird sense of patriotism around the flag, but that just comes from our upbringing, how it is instilled in us in school in every possible turn. You have to write essays about what the flag means to you. You have to pledge allegiance to it as a child every single day. It's very much part of the
Oh yeah, that's one that I learned this year. That when you go to school, you have to pledge allegiance to the flag every day.
Brainwashing of American society. Yes, that's what it is. One thing that I always find weird, if you're ever on the male living space subreddit, you'll always be able to tell when someone's an American, like in university. They'll put an American flag, just hang it on the wall and be like, that's my decor. I just like my freedoms. And it's so cringe. Every comment is always like, mate, just take the flag down.
Oh,
like,
really?
What's wrong? What? Do you not like the flag? It's a beautiful flag. Sure. But like, your personality doesn't have to be a flag. The billboards on the interstates, only 20 miles to, only 15 miles to, and some more chain business. Oh, fireworks everywhere. I feel like that's actually really useful though.
Wait, no, we have that in the UK. Billboards on the interstates, only 20 miles to, 50 miles to. Wait, do we not? Do we not have that? Yeah, we definitely have it on the motorway. Yeah, we have that on the motorway.
Some more chain business. Oh, fireworks everywhere. I feel like that's actually really useful though. Am I crazy? I know that when I'm driving on like Route 55 in Jersey or the Turnpike, for instance, you want to know what's up ahead. So you can be like, how much gas do I have in the tank? Maybe I can last 30 more minutes. Oh, it says,
like I use my phone for that, like with the maps, because it would just tell you the miles going to it. But if I didn't have that, the sat nav, then I'll just look at the signs. Well, I got bad vision. But I'm still looking at the sign. They're pretty big.
Stops from now, there's going to be like a Chick-fil-A. All right, that sounds good. Right, we do have those in the UK, but not as often. But on this tangent, one thing that hasn't come up in this thread that's quite niche, that my girlfriend found quite weird about her time in America, in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, was so many different roads that you drive on have a sign warning you over and over, no matter how many times you've seen this sign that says, bridge freezes before road surface. Yeah, that's like basic science, right? But every single time you come to any sort of bridge, and there are a lot of bridges, you might not know. There's a lot of bridges in New Jersey, loads of creeks, loads of rivers, loads of tributaries all over the place. And you're always going over them. And so the state is always trying to warn you like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but the bridge freezes before the road surface. We want you to...
Wait, I don't know. Is it because I'm not American? I don't get that. Bridge freezes before road surface. Bridge freezes before road surface. I'm confused. I feel like an idiot because he's saying it like everyone should know this, but I don't know this. I've never seen that sign. Bridge freezes from what? Before roads? I don't know. What did you guys explain outside to me in the comments?
Freezes before the road surface. We want you to know at every possible moment. That is weird. I will say that's weird. I didn't realize it was weird, but now I know it's weird. But if you do like my Reddit video,
I don't even know what that sign means. I'm not gonna lie. But yo, very interesting video. What American thinks is normal, but everyone else finds weird. I did learn quite a few things in there. Can't wait to see the comments and what you guys have to say about this. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. Live every single day on Twitch.tv/LFG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.